Hello and welcome back to the stream. This is WarCraft 3 with Wax Steven, Christopher, Wax Steven, Eddie for the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. And yes, it's for the bronze medal. Third and fourth place players playing in a few moments, folks. We're going to bring you live coverage here from the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. What a game about to come up. Soren Popescu versus Chun Yu Shen. TEG Eviscerator versus Myth Shaman. These guys have been owning it up here in the WarCraft 3 brackets in single elimination, basically only losing, well, to the two finalists. So I'm expecting a really good game. These guys have been playing excellently thus far, and we've got two races that I really didn't expect to be here. Night Elves and Orc. Especially Orc. I feel that Orc has been very underpowered, especially in the classic version of WarCraft 3, the Reign of Chaos. And seeing two players that, you know, I really expected to really just see human here, to be completely honest, in the top four places. Thank you. And I'm just expecting a really good match. The first map's going to be Plunder Isle. It's going to be best of three, finally, in these later rounds. Players finally getting the opportunity to win back a game or two. Probably a smart thing, as a lot of these single matches just not really being a great determining factor for the players, and you just really don't see, you know, the best play every single game. Anyway, Myth Shaman from Chinese Taipei is looking pretty confident right now. He's got a big smile on his face. I believe the third place prize is $8 grand, somewhere around there, and that's just a nice little bit of pocket change. And you hear the crowd right now cheering for the Romanian player TEG Eviscerator, as his picture has just come up on the screen. He's got a couple fans here in the crowd, probably players for his home country, Romania. He's looking very intense right now, very focused and ready. You can hear the Korean announcers right now as they are getting psyched up and ready to go as well. WarCraft 3 and Brood War being a pretty big draw here in Korea. The RTS genre seems to be much more popular over here. People like the strategies and the playing styles of the RTS players a little bit more than the FPS, which is kind of a reverse, as it is in just about everywhere else, I'd say, in America especially. We've got several members of the WarCraft 3 community here in the audience as well. On the WCG video stream right now, we've got Gentho and Kaj. Two nice guys. I know them. Talked to them a little bit here in Korea. I haven't had a ton of time to spend with everybody. We got the map up on the screen right now. Going to be Plunder Isle, like I mentioned before. Plunder Isle, an interesting map. Two players, two starting locations. And they start out fairly close together. It's a pretty small map and usually fairly action-packed for the most part. Some players play it defensively and try and creep the creeps very quickly and get things done that way. And some people just like to keep their opponent on their heels for the entire match. So we're going to have this game start in a second here. Let's give you guys a little bit of a rundown of the players again. Soren Popescu for Romania, TEG Eviscerator. His birthday is June 6th, 1980. Shares a birthday with my little sister, so I got to root for him, it appears. He's going to be a Night Elf. His losses were only against Insomnia. Chun Yu Chen, Myth Shaman from Chinese Taipei. Birthday February 13th, 1984. He is an Orc player. His only loss against China Human. You hear the crowd getting ready for this good match coming up shortly. Again, the map's Plunder Isle, and we're about to get started right now. The Orc player, Myth Shaman, sending his peons into the gold mine right now as he tries to get an altar going as well. Soon to follow with a burrow. I haven't had the opportunity to play or watch a lot of games from Myth Shaman, but I believe I've casted previous games with Eviscerator, and I remember him doing quite well. He plays pretty solid Night Elf here in Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos. I was being told by Gentho from Team USA that Shaman is just a really good orc, and if I had to guess, I'm going to say we're going to see some... It looks like I'm proved wrong before I even say what I was about to say. I was about to say maybe see some wyverns, but probably not on this map. And, yep, we got a Rax going up right now for Shaman. We've also got ourselves Ancient of War going up for Eviscerator. Shaman probably predicting some kind of rush. Doesn't want to take the chance and tech up. And right now we've got the Altar of Elders being completed for Eviscerator. Demon Hunter being chosen by Eviscerator. A very aggressive hero choice, and a lot of Night Elf players like to use it. I've also seen some very good usage of the Keeper of the Grove, especially versus orcs. And I believe he is still going to stick with that Demon Hunter. I do like going Keeper of the Grove, believe it or not, especially on this map. And we've got 2 Wisps going right now over to other portions of the map. Looks like we've got 1 Wisp. Keeping an eye on the expansion here for Eviscerator. Another Wisp heading on up to the top of the map. Looks like he's scouting out his opponent right now, Shaman. Shaman still not really scouting from what I can tell. Both players still looking very focused. Maybe a little bit nervous. Stronghold going up now for Shaman. Looks like he's trying to get the 2nd tier of that Town Hall up as fast as possible. Possibly could be going for Grunt's 2 Wyverns, which would be an interesting strategy. We've got the Wolves here of Shaman running into the Wisp right now of Eviscerator. Eviscerator going to do a detonate there and kill off one of the Feral Spirits there of Shaman. Shaman going to bring a Grunt down as he tries to creep hunt, but Eviscerator has already seen the fact that his opponent has been getting some Grunts. We got some Archers out right now following the Demon Hunter of Eviscerator. Eviscerator still trying to crank out some Wisps right now. We've got ourselves more Archers coming out of the racks for Eviscerator. Another Wisp on the way up to the top portion of the map, and it's looking like Shaman doing a little bit of retreating here back to his base, possibly checking on another creeping location to the west of his starting location. Got himself the top location here on Plunder Isle. Night Elf player Eviscerator getting the bottom portion of the map. And still a little bit of creeping being done by the Demon Hunter of Eviscerator, also with those Archers still. Another Wisp here for Eviscerator, still scouting out his opponent, and some very excellent scouting thus far by Eviscerator. Eviscerator running into the units again of Shaman. He's still using the Wisp, trying to chase after the Farseer of Eviscerator, or I'm sorry, of Shaman, and Eviscerator is unsuccessful with his Wisp detonation there, missing the units of Shaman. As Eviscerator still creeping, getting himself a level 2 Demon Hunter, still using those Wisps very offensively here. He wants to keep an eye on the base of Shaman, and at the same time try and do a little bit of damage to his early creeping expedition. We've got ourselves a level 2 Farseer right now for Shaman as well. More Grunts coming in for Shaman. We've got 3 Grunts right now. He's picked up his Slippers of Agility +3. 2 Feral Spirits making their way in front of the Farseer as Shaman's still doing a little bit of creeping. He's not really trying to be very offensive. We do have a Bestiary coming up right now for Shaman. Possibly have some Raiders. Raiders also being extremely useful versus Night Elves. We've got ourselves a Tauren Chieftain coming out now as well as the 2nd hero for Shaman, and Eviscerator now doing some damage to the creeps. He's got himself a level 2 Demon Hunter still, pegging away with his Archers who are at the bottom of the hill, still missing a little bit, as now it looks like Eviscerator still trying to tech up here. He's getting himself a Tree of Ages, and still sending out more Wisps from the Tree of Ages. He's got an okay economy here. Several hundred gold saved up. 24, I believe, and 40 on the unit count right now as he does a little mana burn, trying to drag down the creeps from the top of the hill. Here is expansion. Farseer now level 3 for Shaman. Shaman trying to retreat away from that and possibly head to another creeping location. We've got the Archers and Demon Hunter again pegging away at the Ogres here as Eviscerator tries to still creep hunt. Tauren Chieftain out for Shaman, making his way over towards the Farseer. We've got Ensnare being researched at the Bestiary. We will see some Raiders most likely from Shaman. Not a bad choice at all. They still work very well versus Night Elves. I believe it's not a bad choice, them over earlier Wyverns, especially versus the Archers of Eviscerator and most Night Elf players. Right now it's looking like Eviscerator making his way down off that ramp. Possible expansion opportunities for Eviscerator. He has cleared it out now. Might be sticking with some Archers until a little bit later. Usually you have to make a commitment here in WarCraft 3 early on. If you want to go with the fast expo, late expo tends to be detrimental to your army. We've got 2 Ancients of Wind going up right now for Eviscerator. Possible counters later on to the Wyverns of Shaman, if he does make them. He does have the Bestiary set up and ready to go. We've got some Raiders coming out shortly for Shaman as he's continuing his creep hunting. Still creeping here with his grunts. He's got himself a level 2 Tauren Chieftain now. His Farseer's about 75% of the way there to level 4. Yeah, he's still there, and looks like Farseer's picked up some fairly okay items, nothing great yet. And now it looks like the Keeper of the Grove and Demon Hunter for Eviscerator just came out a little while ago, is making its way up to the top portions of the map. Keeper of the Grove doing a little bit of entanglement damage here on a grunt of Eviscerator, of Shaman. Shaman now with a Raider going after the Keeper of the Grove, doing a shockwave here on the Keeper of the Grove, and we do have some Raiders out right now. Raiders are going to push Eviscerator back a little bit. Eviscerator with the 2 Ancients of Wind here. We could see some possible Druids of the Talon. Yeah, Druids of the Talon being created right now for Eviscerator. Eviscerator just doing a little bit of regrouping here. We did have 2 Wands of Illusion being used by Shaman there, or 3 casts, I'm sorry. 3 casts of Wand of Illusion. Possibly confusing the player from Romania, Eviscerator. And now it looks like we've got some scouting being done by the Chinese Taipei player, Myth Shaman, checking out the expansion of Eviscerator. Eviscerator on the move yet again, up to the top portions of the map, possibly to check for any expansions from his opponent as well. And now it looks like Shaman making his way down to the lower portion of the map. Good detonate there, taking out all 3 illusions of the Tauren Chieftain for Shaman. And Shaman still scouting out the lower portions of this map here, looking for any possible expansions. And right now, it looks like we've picked up a potion of healing here for Shaman. Shaman still making his way to the lower portion of the map. He's bringing down 2 Raiders, 5 Grunts, and his dual hero right now. Using Feral Spirits, trying to bring them down into the map of Eviscerator. Eviscerator's already used 1 Town Portal Scroll. Let's see what he does now. As his Moonwell's coming under attack, Eviscerator is going to have to react quickly here. If he wants to get something done, he's going to Town Portal back to his Tree of Ages, as now I'm seeing wisps being taken off the trees, and they are being brought over to the heroes of Shaman. We're going to have a wisp detonate there on the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain losing a lot of mana. He still has a mana potion, I believe, on the Farseer. And we've got our Chain Lightning here on the Archers. Some nice positioning with the Grunts and the Raiders of Shaman. Shaman going after the Archers right now of Eviscerator. Eviscerator taking some losses here. And there goes some Raiders. We do have some good Fairy Fire cast. That's going to take away a lot of armor from the heroes and the units of Shaman. Shaman trying to ensnare the Demon Hunter of Eviscerator. Eviscerator going after these Grunts pretty hard, and some nice micro from his Archers. And looks like Eviscerator has just seen the Farseer turn level 4 for Shaman. Shaman going to use some, I believe he used a healing scroll there. No, it looks like he's going to have to Town Portal out as his Tauren Chieftain takes a lot of damage. 6 health left on that Tauren Chieftain, forced to Town Portal away. We've got some Wyverns coming out now for Shaman. Looks like he's going to stick with those nonetheless. Even though Eviscerator started to go Druids of the Talon, and he's getting a lot of them out very shortly. Right now, Eviscerator making his way to the upper portions of the map. He's brought himself a Fellhound as well. Going to use those Druids of the Talon as his primary unit choice for his army. And now we've got the Raiders and some Wyverns pegging away at a Wisp right now, as it's just doing a little bit of scouting for Eviscerator. First expansion going up for Eviscerator. Tree of Life there, over at the close expansion. We've got Druids of the Talon in Stormcrow form right now, as they are anticipating some Wyverns. Eviscerator making his way over to the expansion of Shaman. He's not going to find anything. And right now, he's making his way off the ramp. He's going to run into some of Shaman's units. I believe no Shaman repositioning himself. And let's see, Eviscerator still keeping an eye on things. He's moving to the upper portions of the map right now, and it looks like Shaman just trying to take some refuge here inside his base. Here comes Eviscerator. Eviscerator making his way up to the map here, and he's just seen the base of Shaman, and he's looks like he's going to be chickening out. He does not want to attack here with just some archers and some Druids of the Talon. Yeah, he's trying to draw out the units of Shaman right now, possibly get off a kill on a Feral Spirit of Shaman. Here comes Eviscerator going out after a barracks of Shaman. Shaman coming in now with the Wyverns, trying to peg out after the peg on these Druids of the Talon as they are in Stormcrow form and do lots of damage. We've got Poison Spear being done to just about all of these Stormcrows, take away a little bit of health over time. And right now, Shaman just making his way around his base, just doing a little bit of wandering around here. He needs some more units. He's 44 and 50 on the unit count. Really needs some more units here very badly. Eviscerator making his way over to the other side, over to the expansion, rather, of Shaman. Shaman killing off a lagging Druid of the Talon, and looks like we're going to try and get a Mana Burn. Nice shockwave there by the Tauren Chieftain of Shaman, hitting the Demon Hunter of Eviscerator. Eviscerator with his Demon Hunter out in front, going after the Tauren Chieftain. Entanglement on the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain goes down, thanks to a nice combined effort of the Demon Hunter and Keeper of the Grove of Eviscerator. Eviscerator now pegging at the Wyverns of Shaman. Shaman trying to run his Farseer away, as his Farseer was coming under some pretty serious attack. Now the Wyverns focus firing on the archers and Druids of the Talon of Eviscerator. Eviscerator losing a lot of his army right now. Hasn't been doing too much damage to the Wyverns, but he has killed off the Tauren Chieftain. The question is, what hurts more, losing your hero this late in the match, or losing just about all of your army? That's a tough call. We've got some tree ants being summoned up right now by the Keeper of the Grove of Eviscerator. Eviscerator coming into the base of Shaman. Shaman retreating into the back portions of his base near his burrows as he tries to reincarnate his Tauren Chieftain. And now it looks like Eviscerator making his way up to the top portions of the map with more reinforcements here. He's got Druids of the Talon constantly being cranked out from his Ancients of Wind, as we've got a couple tree ants dying here right now for Eviscerator. Eviscerator going to be retreating here. He's just taking too many losses to his army. It looks like my previous statement before was answered. Now it's looking like Shaman kind of in control here. He's got a lot of Wyverns for Eviscerator to deal with. Eviscerator trying to do the hero focus firing. And let's see. Shaman still creeping here. He's got himself a level 4 Farseer, almost level 5. And now here come the Druids of the Talon in Stormcrow form for Eviscerator, trying to kill off some of the red units, the red Wyverns here of Shaman. Shaman repositioning himself here at an expansion gold mine. He's going to be forced to use a Town Portal Scroll, as Eviscerator is going to get off a couple free hits here to the Wyverns of Shaman. Shaman regrouping here inside of his base. He's going to need to buy himself some healing scrolls to keep his Wyverns alive. He really needs those quite badly. He's got a couple of them in the red, and Eviscerator will try and kill those off before Shaman has a chance to heal them. Shaman making his way down the right side of the map right now, and it looks like Eviscerator with his level 4 Demon Hunter has picked up 2 healing potions. Demon Hunter almost at level 5. You know what happens at level 6, folks. That means the Demon Hunter is in serious ass-kicking mode. Level 6 means metamorphosis on the Demon Hunter. And now here comes Shaman. Shaman going after the Tree of Life expansion of Eviscerator. Does Eviscerator have a town portal scroll? That is the real question. Eviscerator now pegging away at the main base and the burrows of Shaman. He is aware that killing the burrows will hold Shaman back for a little while longer. Shaman now with 47 and 40 on the unit count as he has lost some burrows here. And we've got some Wisp detonating by Eviscerator. Eviscerator loses his expansion, and now Shaman heading on over to the Goblin Merchant. He's going to try and pick up some healing scrolls, most likely, and a town portal scroll. Now, Eviscerator really wrecking the burrows of Shaman. Shaman doesn't have any burrows left. He's going to start regretting his actions very soon here. He really needs to town portal back. He will be trying to build burrows in other locations, I think, shortly. He's got enough gold to do that. But we'll see. Some tree ants left behind inside the base of Shaman. Shaman going to kill those off with his wyverns, and now here come the burrows. 47 and 10 on the unit count right now for Shaman. Shaman is in a little bit of trouble here, folks. But Eviscerator now without his expansion. He's going to have to keep the pressure on Shaman. Let's see if he does that. So far, he's been playing a very aggressive game here with Night Elves. And now it looks like Shaman, level 2 on his Tauren Chieftain. He's very close to level 3. That level 2 Shockwave is going to be devastating to the ground forces of Eviscerator. Eviscerator now coming in on the barracks of Shaman. Shaman positioning himself towards the back of his base, waiting on some of his burrows to get finished here to help him out on defense. He will lose that barracks, but I don't think he minds too much as the mainstay of his army is basically wyverns, which works pretty well versus the heroes that Eviscerator is going with. Eviscerator just outside the main base of Shaman right now. He is working on trying to do as much damage without getting hurt as possible, and it's a very good idea. Here comes the Demon Hunter for Eviscerator, scouting Shaman's main base, just keeping an eye on things. We got 3 peons inside the burrow right now for Shaman. The forward burrow. Burrow's doing a little bit of damage here to Eviscerator's heroes. Eviscerator backing off. And it looks like Eviscerator's just going to stay defensive here. He's too worried about the wyverns and the burrow combination from Shaman. These players very evenly matched thus far, and I'm expecting a great final here. A great, great final. I can't wait to see the rest of these games, folks. These are just amazing. Amazing high-level games. Very even and close. And now Eviscerator making his way over to the middle of the map. Looks like he's trying to regroup, buy up some healing potions, make sure that he's got some enough health here on his units. Just keeping an eye on things. And look, it seems like Eviscerator took notice there of Shaman's units. Eviscerator going to make his way up the right side of the map right now. Shaman is moving back towards his base. He does not want to take on Eviscerator out in the open as he sees lots of Druids of the Talon in Stormcrow form along with archers. He is very worried about the hero-killing power of the archers and those 2 Night Elf heroes. A little bit of scouting right now from Shaman, and Eviscerator bringing over Wisp right now for a possible gold mine, or possible Tree of Life there at another expansion. Right now, Eviscerator bringing in his Demon Hunter. Level 5 on that Demon Hunter, by the way. He's still not level 6. Level 6 Demon Hunter, I have a feeling, would have no problem running right into the base of Shaman. Druids of the Talon right now for Eviscerator, just kind of hanging out in the back. And now we've got a mana burn there by the Demon Hunter on the Tauren Chieftain of Shaman. Shaman, now with his wyverns, looks like he's going to fight. And there goes the Chain Lightning on just about all of the Druids of the Talon. There goes a healing scroll by the Demon Hunter of Eviscerator. Eviscerator now retreating, just taking a little bit too much fire there as the Tauren Chieftain of Shaman. Level 3 now. Level 3, that's going to be some devastating shockwave. There goes another mana burn there, this time on the Farseer of Shaman. Another good Chain Lightning on the Druids of the Talon in Stormcrow form, pushing Eviscerator back as Shaman staying very defensive as Orc. And a very good strategy there by Shaman, but now Eviscerator going to get an expansion up. Yep, he's about halfway done there on that expansion. Eviscerator going to try and take advantage later on in this game. He's going to have that expansion going up, and Shaman probably understanding that he's being contained for a reason right now, and Eviscerator is probably going to react to that. He's making his way down to the lower portions of the map as Shaman bringing down some Wyverns over to that expansion as Eviscerator sends over some Druids of the Talon to try and protect it. We've got several Wyverns on the move here, 6 of them to be exact, along with the 2 heroes of Shaman. Shaman knows there is an expansion going for Eviscerator, and now we've got 2 Feral Spirits here for Shaman running into the Keeper of the Grove. Here come the Wyverns pegging at the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove trying to run away. He is level 3, I believe. That's going to mean level 2 Entangle, which is going to be very nice for Eviscerator, especially when he wants to kill off some heroes. Tree ants being used inside the base of the expansion base of Eviscerator. Eviscerator trying to get a couple free shots there on the Wyverns. We've got a nice chain lightning there by Shaman. Shaman getting his Farseer entangled, and here comes the Tauren Chieftain to try and protect the Farseer. We've got a lot of micro coming from both players, some more chain lightning, and another mana burn by the Demon Hunter on the Tauren Chieftain of Shaman. Shaman without any mana practically as he tries to run back to his base with his tail between his legs. We've got 3 healing potions on the Demon Hunter of Eviscerator, along with a Scroll of Healing, and now Eviscerator bringing his Demon Hunter on over as he does a nice entangle on the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain goes down. Shaman in a lot of trouble as some good positioning here by Eviscerator, along with those healing potions, going to keep his Demon Hunter in check. Oh my god, nice play by Eviscerator. Eviscerator now outside the main base of Shaman. Shaman just kind of hanging back by his burrows. He's going to have to play very defensively here, from what I can see. Shaman with about 7 Wyverns inside of his base right now. He's very low on lumber, 23 lumber to be exact. And now we've got some Druids of the Talon attacking Shaman as he makes his way to the lower portions of the base. Could be a possible feint here to get his heroes over to that Goblin Merchant. And Eviscerator not really falling for it, going after the main base right now of Shaman. Shaman seeing that, going to bring his Wyverns in on the behind of Eviscerator, or at least try to. And we've got the Farseer doing some chain lightning to the Druids of the Talon of Eviscerator. Eviscerator killing off one of the burrows of Shaman. Shaman with 51 and 50 on the unit count right now as we got some Tree Ants coming into play from the Keeper of the Grove, and Shaman's going to easily kill those off with focus fire from his Wyverns. Wyvern still hanging back here for Shaman. Shaman with that level 5, I believe, Farseer. And the gold mine just now exploding for Shaman, and he's still without an expo. This is not looking good for now for Shaman. Shaman gonna have to get an expansion soon, but he's making his Wyverns walk on or fly on down to the expansion base of Eviscerator. He's possibly gonna try and kill off the expansion base of Eviscerator. Eviscerator moving his main Tree of Life or Tree of Eternity on over to the other gold mine here on Plunder Isle. And now here come the Wyverns, pegging away at the Tree of Life of Eviscerator at his expansion base. And the Wyverns just taking down the health of that Tree of Life very quickly. Eviscerator not really near there. He's going to try and bring his units there as fast as possible using a Town Portal Scroll. And we got a Wisp repairing the damage done to the Tree of Life of Eviscerator. Eviscerator now seems to be in control of this map, keeping things very offensive against the player from Chinese Taipei, Shaman. Now we've got ourselves still a level 5 Demon Hunter here for Eviscerator. Now Shaman coming back in as he's forced Eviscerator to use a Town Portal Scroll. Eviscerator just outside on the ramp, though. He's going to do a little damage here with some archers and his Druids of the Talon in Stormcrow form, chasing the Wyverns of Shaman. Shaman going to lose one Wyvern, possibly a second one if he's not careful. He's trying to retreat his Wyverns as fast as possible, and it looks like he's heading on over to the Goblin Merchant here to buy some healing scrolls. Does a nice chain lightning on the Druids of the Talon. Kills off one of the Druids of the Talon, and we're seeing a lot of good micro here from both players. Some excellent control, and it looks like Eviscerator going to make his way on over to the top portion of the map again for another possible push here on Shaman. Eviscerator and Shaman both looking very focused. Shaman does not want to lose this game. He wants that $8,000, or whatever the prize money was, as bad as Eviscerator, maybe more. We'll see. We still have a possible 2 more maps as the Druids of the Talon trying to get a couple free hits here on the Wyverns of Shaman. Shaman retreating those Wyverns over the Tree of Life expansion of Eviscerator. He's not going to try and do any damage. And now the Druids of the Talon aiming for the Wyvern in the red, getting it killed. Goodbye. Wyverns for Shaman running up flying up the side of the map here on the right side. And Druids of the Talon just chasing after them. They're not giving up. Get a couple free hits here on Shaman. Shaman trying to move his Wyverns around as best as possible, but he's going to get a couple free hits here as now Shaman sending peons from his main base to try and mine gold from the middle expansion. Eviscerator still looks to be in pretty good control of the map here. He's just keeping an eye on things with the Druids of the Talon. Shaman just kind of playing very defensively here. He's got a level 5 Farseer. And now Eviscerator going to come up to the main base of Shaman. Shaman moving up the side now with his Wyverns, trying to get those Wyverns in the back where he's got the burrows in the front as he's got his peons mining gold, and he's bringing them back inside of his base, trying to fill up his burrows. We've got a Scroll of Healing being used by the Demon Hunter of Eviscerator. He's going to try and keep the health on his Druids of the Talon up as much as possible. And then we got a Shockwave from the Tauren Chieftain, an early preemptive Shockwave. Tauren Chieftain out front, and there goes the Chain Lightning on the Druids of the Talon in Stormcrow form. They are still pegging away, though, at the Wyverns of Shaman. Shaman is way behind on units. It's looking like Eviscerator is taking a nice pelting, though, from those burrows. And the Wyverns getting killed off very nicely here by Eviscerator. Eviscerator using the Demon Hunter as best as possible, going after the ground troops of Shaman. Shaman losing several Wyverns right now. Eviscerator in good position. He's taking out Shaman and his Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain about to go down. Shaman saying good game. Eviscerator going to take the win here over Shaman. Romania grabbing the first map, Plunder Isle, as we move on to Duskwood very shortly. Duskwood coming up here in a second. I think it'd be a good time. Since DJ Wheat has given me his music for this event, I thought it would only be prudent. It would only be prudent to play his song before a very important match for Eviscerator and Shaman. That's right, folks. We've got ourselves a hell of a match coming up. Duskwood is going to be the map. Again, the two players are TEG Eviscerator and Myth Shaman, Romania and Chinese Taipei, respectively. We've got a lot of people here in the audience right now. Everyone looks very interested in this match. Again, the only losses being taken by Eviscerator and Shaman are basically from the finalists here. So they are just trying to maintain that and do the best job they can. They've been playing very well here at WCG in South Korea. I'm not seeing Insomnia or China Human here in the crowd. They might be here and I'm just not able to see them. But they're going to probably want to watch this match just because it's this good. They might be practicing inside the practice room right now here at WCG. That's probably to be expected. We'll see. I know I'm juiced for the match tomorrow. You can hear the crowd right now cheering for the two players here. They're very excited and they want to win. WarCraft 3. We've got a couple seconds left here. This is Christopher Wack, Stephen Ionetti for the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. And we've got ourselves a second map here in this series for the bronze medal at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. Eviscerator for Romania and Myth Shaman for Chinese Taipei. Eviscerator Night Elves, Shaman Orc. Both players grabbing the right locations here on Duskwood. Eviscerator grabbing the top and Shaman grabbing the lower right. The right side of the map completely occupied by both players. We've got a War Mill going up right now for Shaman. Looks like he's going to be playing things a bit differently, maybe skipping the early grunts here that he tried to do on the last map. You know, he was doing very well with those grunts. I'm a little curious as to why he switched on over to Wyverns. I know they're quite powerful, but he saw the Druids of the Talon. of Eviscerator. I personally would have stuck with the Raiders. The Raiders are doing pretty well here. They were doing quite well versus those Druids of the Talon. And entangling those heroes, always a good thing. You know what I mean? I haven't been playing a lot of Classic recently, so I don't know the strategies, but that's my opinion. I think that's the way things would go for the most part. And right now we've got Eviscerator with his Ancient of War going up. Looks like he's sticking with the same build here, Demon Hunter and Archers on this map. Used the Keeper of the Grove very well last time. And right now, it's looking like we've got the Peon scouting here for Shaman. He's looking for his opponent right now. Eviscerator setting off 2 Wisps to do some scouting. Farseer going to be coming out soon for Shaman. Shaman building himself a tower here in a very interesting location. Don't think I see that very often. Possibly going to do a little bit of tower creeping as we got ourselves a Wisp running into the Feral Spirits here of Shaman. Shaman sending both Feral Spirits on over to the Wisp as the Wisp is detonated there, not killed off, and the Feral Spirits for Shaman getting smoked by the Wisp and detonate. And right now it looks like Shaman doing a little bit of creeping here on these wolves, using Feral Spirit, trying to get these wolves killed off very fast. And let's see, looks like both players looking very intense and serious. Shaman almost looks like he's in a zombified state, like his entire brain is inside the computer right now, and he does not want to lose this match. He wants that prize money just as bad as Eviscerator, as now we've got ourselves Tower up, and it looks like Shaman is going to be using that to help him creep hunt as he goes after some of these Dragon Whelps and these Thunder Lizards. We've got a Peon coming over to repair the tower for Shaman, using towers as best as he can here early on. Got that lumber mill going early, trying to tech up here. Use towers, help him tech. And it looks like Eviscerator doing some nice damage here to the wolves on Duskwood. Still got himself, he's got himself a level 2 Demon Hunter right now, doing some very quick creeping. Shaman pretty much level 2 now. There he goes. And he's still creeping these Thunder Lizards. Sent off his 2 Feral Spirits right now to do a little bit of scouting on his opponent, Eviscerator. Got a Gloves of Haste on the ground. And it looks like Shaman going to do some scouting still with that Spirit Wolf. Making its way to the upper portions of the map, looking for his opponent, possibly to see what he's doing. And we're going to have ourselves a Torn Chieftain coming out soon for Shaman. Shaman getting 2 Bestiaries up again. Looks like this time he wants to get those Wyverns out a bit faster instead of building the racks early on. We'll see if that's able to help him. I personally would like to see some more Raiders. Alright. So it's looking like Shaman, or Eviscerator rather, is now level 3 on his Demon Hunter. He's getting very quick levels here on his Demon Hunter. Shaman's going to have to start applying some pressure to Eviscerator if he wants to keep this map in his control. Looks like he's starting to creep hunt the gold mine here at his natural expansion. We've got a scout going out for right now for Eviscerator. Eviscerator sending his illusion down to the lower portions of the map to find Shaman and his main base. Eviscerator sending that Demon Hunter illusion down. He will run into the Torn Chieftain and a Farseer combination of Shaman. Shaman now with a level 3 Farseer. He's got himself level 2 Feral Spirit and level 1 Chain Lightning. It's just about every Orc player goes. Let's see, here comes Eviscerator. He's doing a nice mana burn there to the Farseer of Shaman. Shaman going to have to retreat here as he's starting to get creep jacked. Here comes Eviscerator doing another mana burn to the Torn Chieftain and hitting him with some archers as he's forcing... He is forcing the player from Chinese Taipei back into his base as Eviscerator trying to maintain control and containment on Shaman. Shaman basically been stuck in his base for both matches thus far, for both maps. And now here comes Eviscerator yet again. He's positioning himself just outside the main base of Shaman. Looks like he wants to take an early lead here on this map. He does not want to let Shaman get too many Wyverns here. He's worried about those Wyverns. And now we've got ourselves Peons pegging away at the units of Eviscerator. Eviscerator sending his illusions out in front here, and it looks like Shaman has got his first 2 Wyverns out. The Archers for Eviscerator pegging away at the Wyverns. Wyverns do take out the Archers pretty easily, but when in combination with the Druids of the Talon, they do have a tough time. Shaman just kind of regrouping right now. He's got his Farseer and Torn Chieftain in the back portions of the bases. Now the Archers for Eviscerator pegging away at the Bestiary here for Shaman. Shaman still trying to crank out some Wyverns, and we're just seeing a lot of containment. A lot of containment by Eviscerator. Now it looks like Eviscerator bringing down a Priestess of the Moon. Excellent hero choice here on this map. I have to say that's a better choice on this map than the Keeper of the Grove. The Priestess of the Moon is going to boost up the Archers and the possible later Druids of the Talon of Eviscerator. Shaman about to lose a Bestiary here. There it goes. A Bestiary going to go bye-bye. Ba-boom. And now the Archer's getting pegged on by the Torn Chieftain of Eviscerator. Eviscerator has done his damage, though, and is held back. He's held back Shaman for a little while longer, and I know Shaman does not want to be there. He's trying to tech. He's trying to get things going as fast as possible. And now we've got 2 Ancients of Wind inside the base of Eviscerator. Eviscerator going to start cranking out those Druids of Talon ASAP as he's getting his expansion up. So far, he's been trying to contain Shaman as much as possible and get his expansion going, and he's been doing a very good job of that. Shaman now scouting, finding Eviscerator over by his expansion base. And right now, Shaman still creep hunting. He's got himself a level 2 Torn Chieftain, level 3 on the Farseer. Pendant of Mana picked up for the Farseer. That's going to provide him with extra mana that he really, really needs versus the Demon Hunter of Eviscerator. And he's just been mana burning the heck out of both of his heroes. Now Eviscerator trying to creep on a little bit more and get the Demon Hunter and Priestess of the Moon leveled up as fast as possible. Priestess of the Moon research True Shot Aura as her first skill. Looks like she just wants to get the damage up on those Archers and Druids of the Town. We've got ourselves 5 Wyverns right now for Shaman. Let's see how he uses those and if he goes after the expansion of Eviscerator right now. A big run in here over near the expansion base of Eviscerator. Eviscerator with some bad positioning here. He's really getting hammered by the Torn Chieftain. He needs to move his Archers back, and now the Wyvern's just taking aim at the Archers of Eviscerator. Eviscerator losing lots of Archers. Now the Archers focus firing on the Torn Chieftain. Torn Chieftain going to be forced to Town Portal away, and some heavy losses taken for both players here. Torn Chieftain going to have to TP away. There he goes. And some very even play thus far on this map. Eviscerator looks like he took some really heavy casualties on that last battle. He had his units in very bad position there. He was doing some nice mana burn, though, and that helped keep the heroes at bay. We really need to see Shaman get some mana potions right now. Sending off 4 peons to his expansion. Looks like he's going to try and get an expansion up. Finally has realized he's going to need an expansion versus the expansion of Eviscerator, especially as Orc. Orc have probably the most money-sucking economy there is. He's sending over 4 peons over to the other gold mine right now. Looks like his lumber peons. 35 lumber there for Eviscerator. I don't know what Shaman's lumber's at, but he's probably got a lot. No, he doesn't have very much. 86 lumber for Shaman. And it looks like right now Shaman is just trying to do a little bit of killing off on these creeps right now. He's got some dire wolves to deal with. And here it goes. Looks like, some Wyverns running into the large green dragons here on Duskwood. That's also a possible creeping spot here for Shaman or Eviscerator that could provide the much-needed big items or lots and lots of experience. We've got a Lionhorn of Stormwind picked up. Ooh, that's going to hurt. A Devotion Aura, as well as the True Shot Aura, now on the units of TEG Eviscerator. Myth Shaman looks like he's still creep hunting as well. Both players just trying to keep the creep hunting moving, and Eviscerator just going to rely on the fact that his Demon Hunter is going to be a little bit more powerful than the Farseer at high levels. But we'll see how that goes. Getting that mana burn leveled up as fast as possible versus the Farseer. Gonna be great. And now it looks like the units of Eviscerator making their way to the lower portion of the map, possibly to head on over and check for any expansions of Shaman. Shaman's still not building that expo. He sent over quite a few peons, though, to the other gold mine. And right now, a lot of armor being distributed on the units of Eviscerator, as he does still have that line horn of Stormwind. And right now, it's looking like Shaman heading on over to the healing fountain here, trying to get healed on his Wyverns, leaving 2 Wyverns behind to heal up. Eviscerator making his way to the lower right portion of the map, and that is the home to Myth Shaman. Here comes Eviscerator. We've got several Druids of the Talon just outside the base as he runs into some of the peons here of Shaman. Looking right now, it looks like Eviscerator coming in, going after the burrows right now of Shaman. Shaman's going to town portal back. And it looks like Eviscerator doing a nice mana burn through there to the Tauren Chieftain of Shaman. Shaman doing a nice chain lightning there to the Druids of the Talon in Stormcrow form of Eviscerator. Eviscerator just going to negate that basically with a scroll of healing. And right now it's looking like Shaman just backing up into his base here behind his burrows. He's got his Tauren Chieftain out in front. Tauren Chieftain looks like he's getting focus fired on. Eviscerator positioning his Druids of the Talon poorly. Loses several units as the Wyverns of Shaman are positioned very nicely. And now the Tauren Chieftain under a lot of fire. He's going to be trying to run out, but he is killed off. Shaman has just lost his Tauren Chieftain and is now in a bit of trouble. But now Eviscerator forced the town portal away as his Demon Hunter comes under some very serious fire. TP's back to his main base. And now Eviscerator healing up at his Moonwells, as he is just hurting Shaman big time. Shaman not getting his Wyverns in the right state of mind. I don't know. He just can't get them psyched up enough to fight better. He's just moving around a lot, not doing enough damage to the units of Eviscerator, who is just playing great so far today versus the Orc player Shaman. Right now, Shaman over by the healing fountain. Looks like he's going to try and grab some more healing here on his Wyverns and his Farseer. Tauren Chieftain still being reincarnated. And right now, Eviscerator has picked himself up 2 healing potions and another scroll of healing. So far, he's been using those scrolls of healing very well, as Shaman basically only able to get 1 or 2 chain lightnings off. And Eviscerator just keeping those Druids of the Talon alive for an amazing amount of time. Right now, it looks like Eviscerator finding one of the towers here for Shaman. Shaman going to try and target some of the Druids of the Talon there of Eviscerator. Eviscerator just going to back those off, and Druids of the Talon in the back, and Priests of the Moon and Demon Hunter pegging away at the tower. Tower goes bye-bye. As the units of Eviscerator making their way over into the main base of Shaman. Shaman still trying to reincarnate his Tauren Chieftain. Another burrow getting picked off soon by Eviscerator. There it goes, 1 burrow down, and now Shaman gonna TP back to his main base here. TP's to the left side of his base as Eviscerator sees that. He gets Chain Lightning, and the Demon Hunter now for Eviscerator running after the Farseer. Here comes the Tauren Chieftain. Excellent shockwave by Shaman. Does some nice damage versus the units of Eviscerator, who is just now using a healing potion and his healing scrolls. The Tauren Chieftain getting focus fired on here again for Shaman. Shaman's going to try and retreat him. Just excellent, excellent control here by Eviscerator, keeping his units alive as long as possible and dealing out tons and tons of damage to Shaman. Shaman not able to do too much in this situation. He's just kind of playing very defensively. We've got ourselves a level 5 Demon Hunter and a level 3 Priestess of the Moon right now for Eviscerator. We've got ourselves a few archers along with some Druids of the Talon and Druids of the Talon in Stormcrow form. Here comes Shaman coming up from the right side of his base. Looks like he's got himself a level 5 Farseer. And only a couple Wyverns here as he tries to regroup. He's lost the Bestiary. He's lost some burrows. And right now it's looking like Eviscerator's going to take the win here as Eviscerator heads on over to the Goblin Merchant. looks like Shaman is just right now regrouping back inside of his base. Eviscerator making his way down to the lower right portions of the map. He's got himself a ton of Druids of the Talon, along with his two heroes, Demon Hunter and Tauren Chieftain. The crowd looks in silent awe as Eviscerator looks to be taking out Shaman. A very good Orc player. Right now, we got the burrows pegging away here for Shaman. And now, here comes the Demon Hunter doing some attacking here on the Tauren Chieftain. There goes the mana burn, and a burrow goes down again here for Shaman. Eviscerator trying to lure out the Wyverns here of Shaman, getting several free hits. A Wyvern bites the dust, and we got another Chain Lightning on the Druids of the Talon. And thus far, looks like mana burn has just been too much. There goes the Farseer. Shaman saying, good game. This one's going to be over. Eviscerator's going to take the win, and Shaman is going to grab 4th place, and Eviscerator is going to get 3rd and the prize money. Excellent job by Eviscerator, and he takes the bronze medal for Romania. Good job. Excellent games by Eviscerator, taking a 2-0 win over Shaman, as Eviscerator holding the flag for Romania up. Good job. Excellent, excellent work by Eviscerator. This is Christopher Wack-Steven, I-90 for the Team Sportscast Network. I believe we're going to try and hand the stream over to Van Silly over on the other stage for some Counter-Strike action. Stay tuned, guys.